It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Rams and the Bengals, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down the kickoff, and this should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. All season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
The talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 points. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst.
Holding offense.
캠하면서 밥 먹을 수 있겠네.
Yeah, one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got decent.
아니 근데 게임하는 사람 미식 축구를 아시나요?
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing line. Touchdown, Rams! Bryson Hopkins, 32 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws. They become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. They certainly made quick work of that. ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Hakem.
Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Bengals set to take over. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also give him the first down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On the return is Powell. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And that one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on, but instead it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're running a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there, 20 yards. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
1 quarter gone by, 3 still to play. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him on lines for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong color jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision. Right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots, now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
On second down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. Good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards.
아이실드 21 언제 나오나요?
When he got the play call, he just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And they'll wind up getting this with all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Now it's Burrow. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they can come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
1st and 10. Stafford to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. Down to about the 22 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Going right back to Akers. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our...
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And I think you'd have... Staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased. Doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Stafford on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure, all day long prepping for the game, they had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
And hold on here, because on that last run...
어떻게 하는 건 우파도 모르겠네.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run here with Akers.
Give him 2 yards on that one, second and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They'll look to run with Akers.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams add on to their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Burrow on play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot. And, boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter.
And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the fourth quarter.
On third down, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And they move this all the way. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal.
This will be a 34-yard attempt. Oh, they they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And touchdown! So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Gay is on for the point after. To the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Close. 11.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Here we go.
Time for a break. We're back to crown a champion after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On the delay, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. If you go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And Burrow going to throw again.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not easy to hold on to.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, pass the sticks, 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
76 yards rushing for Akers, and this is a 1st down.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing here, Stafford.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this was about as close to a shutout as you could get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, but this was the next best thing, just the field goal. That's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well, because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.